outside of Detroit. I've been a car guy my whole life. Both my grandfathers were involved in the automotive business. Around here, it's a pretty standard story, and that's why, Michigan is a very hardcore car culture. In one way or another, we were all attached somehow to those cars that were being pumped off the line. I kind of learned fab work and welding and running machinery, and just, that was a very blue-collar lifestyle, and I was exposed to that at a really young age. As I got older, the car addiction was just passed on to me. I just couldn't shake it. I was fortunate enough to turn that into a business.
I grew up in the UP. My dad was big into cars all his life, so he kind of got me into cars. He runs a huge car show up there. It was the first show Adam did with Mobsteel, was his show. My dad was like, you gotta meet this guy, this guy's awesome.
Lincolns were always a part of it from the start. I would have a bunch of my buddies come in, and at the end of the work days, and we'd hang out and we would wrench on a car, just fabbing up some metal, and it was just it was awesome. But it was never meant to be what it is today.
The suicide door is a big draw for the Lincolns. The technology that was in them in the 60s was ridiculous. Like, they're way over-engineered, and then, which is good and bad for us, because now we have to go back and change all that, but they're definitely a cool car.
We finished a 68 Lincoln that we had lowered down, and it was blacked out, and it kind of had that Mobsteel thing, and I tagged it Mobsteel. I'm like, this is Mobsteel, this is what Mobsteel is, this is the look and feel of Mobsteel, and you know what I mean? This is, in my mind, what I see Mobsteel as. And we took it to a car show, and it was like people went nuts. Went nuts, because who's like a Lincoln and a Cadillac? Those are like old man cars. Like everybody's doing Mustangs and Chevelles, and it was just the same car over and over and over again. So the first show, it was instantly apparent. It's like we were the only ones.
I really wanted to get out of painting. I was tired, I was burned out. Painted for the Alexander Brothers, painted a lot of Ford builds. I learned a lot, and then I just incorporated that into painting on Lincolns here.
Like, when you come in, Adam's like, all right, if you're not gonna build the best that you can build, then you don't belong here. So it's always trying to push to the next limits. It's trying to build something better than you did before.
Just helping Adam, my purpose is to actually paint, and he gave me the chance to paint.
I love low cars, like air ride. We air ride everything, so we build big gangster rides, and somehow we end up with all the gangsters.
Doing these cars, calling people like SATA to help us is maybe my little way to give back to what Adam has given to me.
Mobsteel in general is a lifestyle. It's not just building cars. It's a lifestyle that we live. Now that we're, involved with companies like SATA and Ford Motor Company, sky's the limit. We can go anywhere from here.
I don't know what's next in terms of builds and stuff like that, but the one thing I do know is it has to be onward and upward. So that's the exciting part. I know whatever we're gonna do next is gonna be just, something out of control. And we always trying to top what we did the year before.